Hey guys, welcome back to 234 En La Casa. So today we're going to be doing a recipe review. So we will see if this particular recipe gets a gold star or fails to meet the bar. So we're going to be using the Keebler graham cracker pie crust recipe. It's their cheesecake recipe that's on the back of the in-store pie crust that you buy, the graham cracker crust. There is a recipe on the back of the paper insert that's on that pie crust for cheesecake. So I'm going to be following that recipe to the letter, except for one thing I'm going to change, but to the letter, and then we'll do a recipe review. I'm not going to use the crust. I've made my own graham cracker crust. I've already baked it. It's ready to be filled. So we're just going to go ahead and start the recipe, and I will attach a photo of the recipe to, I'll put it somewhere probably in the video, and then also write it in the description box. All right, guys, so the recipe calls for 12 ounces of full-fat cream cheese, so at room temperature. And the thing that I like about this recipe is you just dump everything in a bowl and mix. So on the face of it, it seems like an easy recipe. And we've got our 12 ounces of cream cheese added, and 12 ounces is going to be, I think the Philadelphia cream cheese block is a total of 8 ounces. So you're going to use one whole block and then a half of another block, okay? And so then they also requires, let's see here, a half a cup of powdered sugar. And I went ahead and sifted my powdered sugar. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. And it requires a half a teaspoon of vanilla and a teaspoon of lemon juice. So I increased my vanilla to 1 teaspoon. That's the only modification that I did. So I'm doing a teaspoon of vanilla and a teaspoon of lemon juice. And then 3/4 of a cup of heavy whipping cream. And my heavy whipping cream is at room temperature. And for this particular mixing bowl that I'm using, there is no paddle attachment. So I'm going to be using my whisk / paddle attachment because it's a paddle and a whisk together. So that's the one that I'm going to be using for this particular mixing bowl. So we're going to start off on our low speed setting for 1 minute. All right, it's been a minute. So now we're going to increase the speed to medium high for a total of 4 minutes. And so I have mine, if you have a KitchenAid mixer, I have mine on speed between 7 and 8. All right, guys, so it has been 4 minutes. I did stop the mixer one time around the 2-minute mark just to scrape my sides down. So now I'm gonna go ahead and place this cheesecake filling into my graham cracker pie crust. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get this added, and just make sure that when you get when you add the filling in, that you make sure that it's even all the way around your pie, all over your pie crust, evenly distributed. Okay, so I've got all the filling in here, and now I'm just getting it evenly distributed. And what the directions indicate is to place the cheesecake in the refrigerator for about at least 2 hours. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do next. Oh, I got a little bit of my pie crust there, but that's okay. And I apologize if the camera's shaking. My daughter was just dancing past the camera, so it kind of started shaking the camera. So I apologize, y'all. She's just enjoying herself and having a really good time expressing herself with her creativity. It's a beautiful thing, little artist. All right, so I've got that even in the pie crust. And like I said, I'm gonna cover this with some saran wrap, place it in the refrigerator for a minimum of 2 hours. Hey guys, good morning. So it is day 2 for our the Keebler cheesecake recipe. I'm gonna get it out of the refrigerator and we will see how it turned out, what those results are for this recipe review. So am I gonna give it a gold star, or did it fail to meet the bar? We'll see here in just a moment. I'll bring y'all over in just a second. All right, so this is the end result. I've already cut a slice of pie here. And so I put some strawberries on top. You can see that, and I'll so y'all can see that. And then I'm gonna give you all a side view as well. It's set up really, really well, and yet it's creamy. So I'm gonna do a taste test real quick. Okay, so here it is again. And of course I did make my own crust. So let's see here. This is really, really good. I was concerned about the half cup of powdered sugar, like it wouldn't be sweet enough, because this is an old fashioned, or I mean, you know, an older recipe. I think they've had it on the back of that pie crust label for many, many years. So if you don't want it, because the sweetness, it's just a hint of sweetness, which is nice, because you know, you don't, every time somebody doesn't want a whole lot of sugary sweetness, but if you want to increase the sweetness of it, then I would go from 1/2 of a cup of powdered sugar, probably to a cup of powdered sugar, just to give you some extra sweetness. But other than that, let me taste it with the strawberry. It's good too. And if you don't want to increase your powdered sugar to add to the sweetness of the pie, you could just put some whipped cream on top, or some Cool Whip or something like that. That would also give you that sweetness that you may be looking for if this is not sweet enough for you. But for me, this is perfect. I like the fact that it's not heavy on the sugars and everything, okay? All right, well, I will give this a gold star. It is excellent. And the thing that I love most about it, it doesn't take long at all. Not a lot of ingredients. Dump everything in your mixer, mix it up, follow the directions as written. You know, I increased my vanilla, but that's the only thing that I changed. Follow the directions, and you're ready for an icebox cheesecake pie or icebox cheesecake dessert that is excellent without a lot of effort, okay? And no oven required either. All right, I'll see y'all later at 234 En La Casa. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.